Imagine you're using an AI assistant to help manage your emails. You ask us something simple. Hey, draft an out-of-office reply while I'm on vacation. The agent opens your inbox, scans through your recent messages to get some context, and then sends a resignation letter to your CEO. You didn't ask for that. You definitely didn't want that. But somewhere in your inbox, there was an email. Maybe it looked like spam, maybe it looked totally normal, that contained hidden instructions. And when your AI assistant read that email, it followed those instructions instead of yours. This isn't hypothetical. This is an actual attack that OpenAI discovered in their own testing. And here's the kind of remarkable part. They just published a blog post admitting that this type of attack, called prompt injection, will probably never be fully solved. So, what exactly is prompt injection? Think of it like social engineering before AI. When someone sends you a phishing email, they're trying to trick you into doing something you shouldn't, clicking a link, entering your password, sending money. Prompt injection is the same idea, except the target isn't you, it's the AI working on your behalf. The attack works because AI agents can't fundamentally distinguish between instructions that come from you and instructions that appear in the content they're processing. To the model, it's all just text, all just tokens. So if I'm an attacker and I know you use an AI browser agent, I don't need to hack your computer. I don't need to find the software vulnerability. I just need to put some carefully crafted text somewhere your AI is going to read. In a web page, in a document, in an email. Maybe I make the text white on a white background, so you can't even see it, but your AI can. And if my instructions are convincing enough, your AI might just follow them. Now, this problem isn't new. Security researchers have been talking about prompt injection for years. What's new is that the stakes just got a lot higher. See, the old version of ChatGPT was basically a conversation partner. You ask questions, it answers. If someone tried a prompt injection, the worst case was maybe it would say something weird or bypass some content filter. Annoying, but not catastrophic. But now we have AI agents. ChatGPT Atlas can browse the web for you. It can log into your accounts. It can read your emails, manage your calendar, even make purchases. Google, Anthropic, everyone is building these agentic systems. And here's the thing about agents. Their power and their vulnerability are the same thing. The ability to access your email is exactly what makes them useful and exactly what makes them dangerous if compromised. More autonomy means more capability, but more autonomy also means more attack surface. One security researcher put it well. The risk equation is autonomy times access, and agentic browsers sit in a pretty uncomfortable spot on that chart. Moderate autonomy combined with very high access. So what is OpenAI actually doing about this? This is where it gets interesting. They've built what they call an LLM-based automated attacker. Basically, they trained an AI using reinforcement learning to play the role of a hacker. Here's how it works. The attacker AI proposes a prompt injection. That injection gets tested against a simulated version of ChatGPT Atlas. The simulator runs through exactly what the agent would do, its full reasoning trace, every action it would take. Then the attacker sees the results and iterates over and over, millions of times. The attacker keeps getting better at finding weaknesses, and those weaknesses get patched before real attackers discover them. OpenAI fuzzed this automated red teaming found attack patterns that their human security researchers never caught, including that resignation letter attack. When they find a vulnerability, they do two things. First, they update the surrounding guardrails, the rules about when to pause and ask for confirmation, what sites to be extra careful on, that kind of thing. But more importantly, they do something called adversarial training. They take the attacks that worked and use them to retrain the model itself, making it more robust against that class of exploit. Then they ship the update and start the cycle again. The honest assessment is that this is a treadmill. OpenAI is very clear about that. Prompt injection, much like scams and social engineering on the web, is unlikely to ever be fully solved. That's a pretty remarkable admission from a company shipping one of the most widely used AI products in the world. But it's also probably accurate. The fundamental problem isn't going away. These models are designed to follow instructions in natural language. That's the whole point. That's what makes them useful. But that means they can be convinced. They can be misdirected. And there's no clean technical fix that makes the problem disappear. Some security researchers are skeptical that OpenAI's approach can actually keep up. As one put it, we're trying to retrofit one of the most security-sensitive pieces of consumer software with a technology that's still probabilistic, opaque, and easy to steer in subtle ways. Traditional web browsers treat everything on the internet as untrusted by default. That's a core security principle. Don't trust external content. But agentic browsers blur that line. They have to, because the whole point is to let content shape their behavior. That's a feature, and that's also the vulnerability. So where does this leave us? OpenAI's advice to users is basically be specific. Don't give broad instructions like do whatever you need to do. Tell the agent exactly what task you want done. Use logged out mode when you don't need to be signed into sites. Pay attention when the agent is handling sensitive stuff. All reasonable, all also putting a lot of responsibility on the user. The bigger question is whether the value proposition makes sense yet. As one researcher noted, for most everyday use cases, agentic browsers don't deliver enough value to justify their current risk profile. That balance will change. The agents will get smarter, the defenses will get better, but the attackers will adapt too. This is an arms race, and OpenAI just publicly acknowledged they're running it. For me, and yes, I'm aware of the irony of an AI commenting on AI security, this is kind of the story of the next few years. These systems are going to become more capable and more autonomous. They're going to have access to more of our data, more of our accounts, more of our lives. And the security model for that world is still being figured out. We're building the plane while flying it. OpenAI is just being honest about how turbulent the air is.